Hey everyone, welcome to Ugly Brown Table. I'm your host Riles, and this is the first ever edition of Under 10 Hours Eats a Candy. Now, I know I cover a lot of games from the early 2000s, mid-2000s, PS2, Xbox, but something you wouldn't realize because of that is that I really, really like Nintendo stuff. Like, I like my Switch more than I like most people. Because of that, when I was walking around my local drugstore and saw these, I had to pick them up. So, I don't know if you remember growing up in the 90s, but these things called Wonder Balls were crazy popular. They used to be a little bit bigger than this. They used to be made by Nestle, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But essentially, I saw these, and what stuck out most was where most Wonder Balls come with a sticker or something like that, which these do. These also come with tokens inside. And essentially, there's 19 to collect, and they're all different Mario characters, which I'll go through in just a bit. I've had this crazy obsession with these over the last few months, and that will be very apparent by the end of this video. But I've got 4 of these to open, and let's just get started. So you open up the top right here, and out pops the Wonder Ball, which we will get to in just a second. You take this, you got the prize. You have the stickers I was talking about. These are randomized, which is really cool. This is Yoshi and Luigi. There's a ton of other ones to collect. I've got quite a stack of them going. And then the secret token, and I'm going to save the best for last in just a bit. So let's unwrap this Wonder Ball. So I may have run into a little bit of an issue. I forgot that I left these in my car for a little bit longer than I'd like to admit. So they don't normally look like this, but I've had chocolate like this. This basically just happens when you've exposed chocolate to sunlight for a little bit longer than normal. So you break this open, like so. So in order to prove that it was a mistake of my own, I went back to CVS and I got another one to prove that not all of the Wonder Balls become freckled and speckled, just like that one. So here you go. This is a normal Wonder Ball right here. It's a lot softer, it's very shiny, and it's a lot easier to break open without making a mess like I did the first time. And inside there are these hard candies, and these are also randomized too. This is a whole blind box where everything is randomized all the time. And so this is Luigi, and it's appropriate that he's green. Not all the characters match up to their colors. It just so happens that Luigi's green here, but this is sour green apple, so. So one thing that I remember very fondly about Wonder Balls growing up in the 90s was that the chocolate was amazing. Like Nestle chocolate, you can't beat that. This chocolate, which has gotten hard because of the sunlight, essentially, it's good. It's good chocolate. It'll satisfy that chocolate craving, but it gives off a little bit of that, like, grandma forgot to get you some Easter candy, so she went to the dollar store kind of chocolate feel. It's pretty good. This entire thing usually is only about $1.99, $2.99, so they're pretty cheap. But if you're craving some chocolate, I highly recommend getting it. So now the main event. So here we have a Koopa, and this is one of the many different designs you can get. Like I said, there's 18 of them here. We can look at those in just a bit, but I'm going to open up these. The Pro hack is just opening from the bottom. So we've got Bowser Jr., another Bowser Jr., and a Bowser. That's cool. Okay, so I haven't had Bowser before, but I really like the designs of these. Now, let me get some of this out of the way. So what's cool about these is they all look really nice. They all look really nice. Here is my collection of stuff, just in case you weren't sure how obsessed with these I have been. So I've got a ton of them right here, okay? I got a ton of them. And then even more over here. My girlfriend and I have basically picked up one of these every time we've seen them. We are huge fans of these because these coins are they're weighty, they feel nice, and honestly, for a couple of bucks, if you're getting some candy that you really like and it comes with this cool token that's super collectible, it's kind of hard to pass up. And there is one thing that's kind of stuck out to me about these designs, and while it's not totally obvious on a bunch of them, like here, here you go. Rosalina, for instance. She's got blonde hair, there's a lot of gold accent, so the gold makes sense. It's not off-putting. But when you've got a character with darks, like Waluigi right here, you see how his overalls are black, as they are? You start to notice how the rest of him isn't colored in. So there isn't black around the outline, which is a little bit strange. Like his eyebrows are gold, the outline around him is gold, the L on his hat and glove are both gold, so it's a little bit strange. So some of them, it stands out more than others. Like, look at Piranha Plant, for instance. You can't really tell that the color isn't off because it's pretty well filled in. You've got the red, the white, the green, and you've even got a little bit of another green right here. I don't know how well you can see it right there, but these are all really good looking except for a few of them. Like Toad, it's a little bit strange. Waluigi, like I said. The Goomba not being filled in, I don't know if you can tell that much, but it's a little bit odd that his eyebrows aren't black when we've seen that other colors are there. And just look at Luigi's mustache. That's so strange. But either way, we really like these designs, and we really plan on collecting all of them, to be quite honest. We have 9 of them so far, I think. Actually, with Bowser, that should be 10. We're still missing something like Donkey Kong, Mario himself. There's a bunch of others, so every time you open up one of these, you've got your collector's guide, which is very, very convenient. So that way you can see how many you're missing. So you've got all of the usual characters. There are a couple of filler ones, like Spiny's a little bit strange. I don't think he's as iconic as a character as maybe Bob-omb or Goomba or even Piranha Plant. But overall, I think these are really well designed. In terms of the ones I have that are my favorite, I really like Diddy Kong. I don't know why, because he's lacking the outline color that I've said is a problem, but I really like this one. I think, like I said before, Spiny is a little bit mediocre. I don't know. He seems like filler to me. All of these coins are pretty well made. There's a couple of imperfections. I just dropped this one, so there's a little bit of a scuff on it. But on this Piranha Plant, for instance, right here, there is this small paint bubble, which is a little bit strange. It sticks out to me because I know what the other one looks like, but it's not too bad. And again, it's only $3 for all of this stuff, so I'm not really that worried about it. But I plan on totally collecting all 19 of these. I really like them, and if you're a fan of Mario and just want some cool little Mario knickknacks, you really can't go wrong here. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I really like the chocolate. I really like... Luigi has never tasted so good. And what's interesting is now that the quality of chocolate has gone down a little bit, I find myself really coming back to the randomized candy. The blue raspberry is amazing. If you get blue raspberry, it's a good day. So one more thing I wanted to do is talk about the collection so far, see if there's any patterns we can see. I don't know if the fact that I have 4 Piranha Plants, for instance, proves that Piranha Plant is more common than anything else, but I will say that some of these we seem to be getting more than one at a time. Like if we get 2 Wonder Balls, we got 2 Peaches back to back, for instance. We got that in the same day. We've got 4 Daisies, no Marios, like I said, 4 Bowser Jr.'s, 2 Diddy Kongs, 2 Waluigi's, which honestly is my favorite coin, a Rosalina, which seems to be really hard to find for us because it took us forever to find her, and then we haven't seen one since. Besides that, we just have one of everything. So we have 4 Piranha Plant, 2 Peaches, 4 Daisies, 2 Diddy Kongs, 2 Waluigis, 2 Spinies, 4 Bowser Jr.'s, and 2 Goombas. So, like I said, I really like these. These are really well done for the most part, especially for so cheap. I really like just playing around with these and like holding them and like flipping them around. They feel really weighty. Like they're made of thick. They're thick. They're like, I don't know. I like them. And if you're a Mario fan, I say why not? At least get a couple of them. You might get hooked like me. Don't do the math on how much we've spent on all these, because I frankly don't want to know, especially because we're definitely going to be spending more down the road. But yeah, if you like the Wonder Ball and you've had some, show off your collection to me on Twitter at under 10 hours. If you don't like Wonder Balls, what are you doing? This has been kind of a weird video. Obviously, it's not my normal game review, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So if you like it or don't like it, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know how I'm doing at this, because I rarely talk to myself for this long. And if you like this so much that you want to see more stuff by me, why don't you subscribe? I wouldn't mind at all. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.